All right. Hello, Liberty. I am back with another 2020 Senior Spotlight. My next guest is Brianna Roth. Brianna, hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. So let's start with what you're going through right now. How is everything at home going, being quarantined, doing all your work online? How is all that?
It's pretty boring being quarantined. Can't go anywhere, can't see anyone. But I mean, it's given me time to do things that I never do before. So I've learned how to cook and I'm working out a lot more, so that's nice.
What I know, obviously, because I'm friends with your family, that you do not often cook, that's usually your mom or Mike cooking. What's something that you learned how to cook while you've been stuck at home?
Okay, I learned how to make chicken, and I know that's plain, but I've never cooked anything before. So I
Yeah,
learned how to bread the chicken and make it,
very
and
good.
and then I made chicken salad the next day.
Oh, very
That was
good.
good.
See, chicken may be something that's kind of quote unquote plain, but it can be used in many ways, and it's good that you used it for a chicken salad the next day. You said you've been working out. Have you been doing any of Mr. Mills's online
No,
workouts?
because I'm afraid they're going to be too hard and I'm going to fail. So
Oh, come
I've
on.
just
Mr.
been
Mills was one
doing.
of the best. So, um, I am not doing his online workouts, but maybe I should be. But I highly recommend it. I hear they're very good.
I'm just afraid I'm going to fail. So I've just been making them up as I go.
I mean, he won't know. It's not like class, like he won't see you. So, you're safer
Well,
than when you were in his advanced personal fitness class. um, so tell us about high school. Like before we went into quarantine, what was high school like for you the last 4 years?
well, I feel like it's gotten we've gotten closer as a class all 4 years. So we come in not really, we know each other from middle school, but we're not really super close. And then over the 4 years, we've definitely been getting closer through everything we do, working together more and just making friends that we wouldn't think we would have been friends with before.
Yeah. And as far as the things that you're involved in at school, what kind of stuff did you get into throughout the last couple years?
Definitely sports, volleyball and track, and then National Honor Society, and now this year Math Con.
MathCon. Yeah, MathCon. No one made it to Chicago, and even if we had, we wouldn't have gone because it got canceled. So we tried, but we did not succeed this year, but we had fun along the way. um, with track, I know that that's your main sport. Like you did volleyball, but you were definitely way into track comparatively. What were your favorite events to be a part of?
In track, definitely high jump, all the jumping ones. So high jump, triple jump, and pole vault was one of my favorites because no one else does it. So it's kind of just me and Coach Simpson working together the whole time.
Yeah, pole vault is
Intense.
awesome to watch. I don't know how you guys actually do that, but how did you get into pole vault? Because like that's something that a lot of people don't really get into. The last person I remember before you is Shane Black
Hmm.
a few years back. So how'd you end up doing that?
Well, they always need someone with a lot of upper body strength. And from gymnastics, they were like, oh, you should try it. And then we actually went to some camps while I was doing gymnastics over in Eldred, and I learned it there. So then once I came here, we didn't have any pole vaulters. So it was kind of just yeah,
Wow,
I
that's
did it
awesome.
from there.
Um, if you had been doing track this spring, do you think that you would have been available to not available? Would you have qualified for like anything in sectionals?
Yeah, well, sectionals is kind of an easier standard, but usually it's state qual is kind of is the one where no one really makes it. So we
Mm-hmm.
were definitely I was gonna try for pentathlon.
Ooh,
So yeah, that's what we were working towards. And I would have made it for probably high jump because I usually do every year, but we were gonna try to switch it up and do pentathlon.
That's awesome. I suggested to your sister when her and I did her senior spotlight that you guys talk Mike into building a pit in your backyard, and
Yeah.
then you can continue to jump at least, even if it is just for fun.
Yes, that would be great. I miss jumping so much.
You have lots of property, and I offered up a bulldozer to him the other day so that he could do some work. So I'm just saying, I apologize now, Mr. Deal, but maybe you should build something back there. That would be fun.
That would be.
So back to school, what was one of your favorite classes from high school?
Definitely my math classes. So, geometry, algebra 2, pre-calc and calc, those are my favorite. And then my study halls with Miss McKenna. Those are my favorite ever.
Yeah, you spent a lot of time in Miss McKenna or my room
Oh,
throughout high school, I believe. I
just
think you guys were with me freshman year, right? In geometry, you would always hang out in my room. Yeah.
yes.
And then it kind of became McKenna's room the
Mm-hmm.
last 3 years during
Yeah.
your study halls.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, what about if you had to choose a favorite memory?
Hmm. It probably would have to be like something during sports. I know one of them that sticks out is track. When last year we didn't have a big team, like track has always been hard for us to have like a lot of people actually do it. So last year when we had won the Downsville Invitational, that was kind of like that was big for us because we weren't used to winning big things like that with such a small team.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, Downsville Invitational, are there a lot of teams that usually go to that?
Yeah, it's I'd say probably like 10 to 12.
Okay, yeah, because the ones that you guys do just at the school, like your regular track
Yeah,
meets, are only like a couple schools
so
at
they're
most,
dual
right?
or try. So yeah, we would either have 2 or 3 schools.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, that's fun. So now let's talk about your future plans. How is the hunt for a college going? Have you chosen one? Do you know what you want to major in? Do you know what you want to do with that later on in your life?
Okay, so I started pretty early. I started last year going on college visits. So that was kind of nice to have like seeing some colleges before this year. And then I started applying in October. So I kind of got a little head start to it all. But then I narrowed it down. I know I wanted to go in the medical field. So I narrowed it down to PT and then PA. And then, so still my top 2 schools right now are Ithaca and Marywood's PA and Ithaca's PT. And I could really see myself doing either of them. So it's really just whichever one I decide.
So, two things about that. First of all, Marywood's PA program, McKinley Conklin just finished
Yeah.
recently, and she loved it there and did really well and had similar classes to you coming out of high school. So, if you ever have questions, I don't know if you have talked to her, but she would be an awesome person to talk to about that.
Yeah.
I've heard good things. But second thing about Marywood, your sister mentioned Marywood as well. What's your feeling on going to school again for another potentially 4 years with your sister?
I mean, so we kind of from the beginning, we said that we're going to decide separately. So we're not going to tell each other which ones we like, which ones are our top schools. And then we're going to like sit down separately, decide. And if it ends up being the same school, then that's okay. But if it ends up being different, like we're fine with it too, because, we've always been like put together. So just being like individual and just like not having to rely on each other and like finding our own paths is going to be good.
Yeah, I think either way it will be good. I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll keep in touch a lot.
Yeah, of
And
course.
if you go to different schools, then you have two places to go at different times. You can go visit her every once in a while at her school.
Mm-hmm.
So last main question that I have for you is what kind of a message do you have for Liberty? Whether it be the teachers or the students or just your friends and family, what kind of message do you want to leave for Liberty?
I mean, I definitely want to thank the teachers because they really helped us, and the guidance counselors, administrators, they all really helped us like get to where we are today and like get us to be able to graduate. And then wish the underclassmen luck and their sports and academics and everything they do.
Cool. And is there anything else that you want to add or just say before we sign off here?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the Senior Spotlight with me. And I will see you on Wednesday for your calc test.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Thank you, Brianna.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. I'll see everybody else for another Senior Spotlight soon.
Okay.